So today we are stripping Scott's E46 estate. The turbo went on it, so we're taking all the bits that are worth keeping for the E36 swap. We got a purple tag steering rack, the big brakes that are on it. Gonna take the gearbox out, possibly sell it or keep it for a future engine swap for Scott's E36, and whatever other bits we want out of it, and the rest is going to the scrappy. So lots to do today, got to get that done and crack on with that.
Some fun and games, isn't it?
Yeah. So we got all the bits out pretty much that we want now. Got the gearbox out, nice ZF box. Exhaust, which has got the cats on it, which is always nice. A prop shaft, pretty much a new battery. Purple tag steering rack for the E36 engine swap. And an E-fan that we might use. Big brake kit, starter motor, some cheap coilovers. Pretty much brand new lower arms, big discs. Might chuck them on the 36. Besides that, the rest of it's going to the scrap man. It's my E92 drift car. We had an early finish doing stripping the E46 for parts. We've got to now fit an electronic power steering rack to this. We've got a lovely wisefab module that allows you to fit the electronic power steering rack without having to do any coding or CAN bus wiring or anything like that. We're not sponsored by wisefab, but hopefully one day. Basically, the issue I was having was my power steering kept overheating when we were drifting. So retrofitting the electronic power steering rack out of the E92, and this module basically gets fitted, plugs in here, and it mimics all of the ECU and modules. So they can run without any of that. We just put a power and a live to it, and it should function all good. So this is my power steering pump currently, which we're getting rid of. It's only a few weeks old, and we had overheating issues again, which has ruined that new power steering pump again. So just opted to get rid of it all, put the electronic power steering in, and hopefully get rid of, well, we will get rid of all overheating issues and hopefully never have any steering issues again. So yeah, it says it's a simple fit. All we got to do is fit the power steering rack, wire it up, and it should be a simple fix. But we're yet to do it, so we're about to find out. So I ran out of time the other day, it's a couple of days later. This is my engine loom from the 320D E92. We stripped that all out, and obviously we engine sorted, so put a 325i N52 engine in it, so we didn't need any of this, but we kept hold of the loom just in case any of these plugs ever came in handy or any of the wiring, and funnily enough it has. So the electronic power steering rack needs a 2-pin plug going to it. We could use spade connectors and do a bit of a bodge job, but the E92 320D had electric power steering, so we have actually got the genuine plug somewhere amongst all of this. So it's just going to be a case of digging through it and trying to find it. So I finished hunting through all the spaghetti. Sort of had to figure out which part of the loom was what. Managed to find sort of engine bay area, and then came across this earth here and the 2-pin plug, which is 2 pretty hefty cables. So we've got to carry main live or constant live voltage, 12 volt, and then obviously the earth, which goes to here, which goes to body. So this is actually a genuine beam and loom, which is perfect. Section of loom that we needed now. Obviously we've got the plug which goes to the main live, which is going to be a constant feed. Eventually soon we're going to put a 100 amp fuse to that, because we don't really want that without a fuse on it. Obviously we've got the earth which goes to the body. Then we've got these wires here down the plug. These go to the wisefab module. So you've got a ignition feed, an earth, and a wire which may or may not need to be used. We have to determine whether or not we're going to use it or not. But yeah, that's the section that we needed. All that for this. So glad we got it. We're in the dark now because there's not enough time in the day and it's freaking winter in the UK. So a lot of the stuff we're going to be doing, unless we get a unit, is going to be out in the dark. So it's not as good for filming, but we have to put out with it. Right, so next thing we've got to do is centre the steering rack. The easiest way for us to do it would just be to measure these ends and just make sure they're the same distance that are sticking out this side and this side. And then once we've done that, we can push this cap down, which will give us a centre line, and chuck it in. Otherwise, we're going to be a bit wonky one way or another, so best we do that first. Right, so we centred the rack, so that's all good. Next step is fitting it, so I'm going to crack on and do that. So the other day when we were taking the old steering rack out, some idiot, definitely not me, pulled the top end of the shaft out. So I've had to take it off to be able to sort out all the rubber grommet that goes inside the car, and now reinstall the shaft. And the top part of the shaft is right up in there, so luckily I've got a little 1/4-inch flexi ratchet, and about one tooth at a time I'm going to be able to tighten the bolt up. So it's a bit of a fun exercise for us to do, but Scott thinks it's funny, so that's all that matters. So this is attempt number 2. We're going to try installing the rack again, and hopefully second time lucky. Steering rack's in. Next step is going to be trying to figure out what we're going to do with this wiring, and then the final step is going to be the auxiliary belt. Obviously we've gotten rid of the power steering pump now, so that's no longer there, and obviously aircon delete was done a long time ago, so we've got an even shorter auxiliary belt. We've got about 4 different sizes to try, and hopefully one of them fits. So now run the cable. We've got the constant live up here, which we're going to put to one of these terminals here. Obviously this is the jumper post, and these are just a live terminal, so just got to put a crimp connector on there. So that bolt, eventually, like I said, I've ordered a 100 amp fuse, which is going to go in line here. We just haven't got it today, so for running purposes we're just going to chuck it straight on there for now. The earth, good old BMW, they have an earth post there already and the nut was on it, so we just bolted the earth on there. It's a bit rusty, but we wire brushed it off, so should be all good to go. Cables run, main earth and main live is done over there. These are the signal wires. We've run up the body, we've put them in fabric tape, just keep them nice and tidy. Pretty much done now, we're just packing up, just got to torque the wheels up and put it on the floor. It is 10:30 at night, but we're there. Completed the install now, just taking it for a test drive, and honestly, it's unbelievable, it feels so nice.